Yo, welcome back to more Fate Hollow Ataraxia. Last time, the last thing we did, we saw the origin behind Luvia and Rin meeting. It was very cordial, very like at first, with their, Nitnaw, you left a cool comment about how they were in the Norwich dormitory, which was Lord El Malloy's department, learning about like the vast underground beneath the clock tower, which I didn't even know about. I don't think they even mentioned it in case files beyond that one kind of dungeon they went into to find that one fucker. But very cool to learn that, and also like pointing out the whole like Ojo persona that Luvia has, as well as Rin, and that kind of clashing, as well as the grudge with the fucking Third Holy Grail War, which was like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to finally realize. And apparently there's like some things known about that. If you want to share that with me, I'd very much appreciate it. If it's not like any spoilers to any other like future Fate media I might get into, or Type Moon media, then I'm all for it if you want to share that. But yeah, I'm ready to continue. I saw my progress was about 90% on the game, so that's pretty crazy. Let's get back into it. Holy shit, I was not ready to brace myself there. I am slacking. Oh, we have a thing at the ghost house now. Oh, do I have any more new scenes? I don't think so. I'm sorry, I need to check. Because nighttime... Let's see, yeah, hang around. Yeah, we did that, right? So we're good there. I need to make fully sure so I can get as much. Okay, ghost house is there again, right? So that's always there. 10th. Boom, boom, boom. Afternoon, ghost house, you still there, buddy? Yes, you are. Okay. Well, that's good then. Next day, last day. Streets. That's all good. Afternoon, ghost house, you still there? You are still there. That's the last thing. There's only one thing to do now. Let's go. Because yes, we with Rin, we also talked about after learning about seeing the whole like Luvia first time meeting incident, which was crazy. Dropped the fucking suplex, which I'm glad. Also talked about the other house, like the twin Edelfelds lived in separate houses. So there was the one close to Rin's house, and as well as another one. So I guess we are going to, just for Shiro to fully like realize what's going on here, we're gonna go back here. I head towards the residential area with neat rows of Western style buildings. Going uphill, I make a detour around Tosaka's familiar house into the woods. The glaring sunlight blinds me. I find the house I was looking for much sooner than I expected. There it is. So this is the other of the twin houses. Oh, this is the other. The two Western-style buildings look too much alike. Yeah. It makes me feel like I've suddenly teleported to Shinto with a single step, even though having just been in Miyama. But if you look carefully, you'll notice that it's different from the one in Shinto. The image of this place at night, one that I have no memory of ever seeing. This is unmistakably the place where the Lady Magus and her servant were hiding out. Okay. Okay. This is that room. I think, good choice of words. Was I too late? The second floor is too quiet. If I had arrived at this mansion a little earlier, that Magus might have been sleeping on that sofa right about now. Wait, is this... Did I come too late on the fourth day, or does this always happen? Also, Bazett is just going through it right now. I search around the room. I spot 3 differences from the mansion in Shinto. There is a bloodstain that was splattered on the floor half a year ago, an accessory lying near the bloodstain. Oh boy. And a 16 puzzle has been left on the table. So, Bazett's bloodstain, the accessory is at the earring, and a 16 puzzle has been left on the table. That's Angara's puzzle he's been messing with. The magus named Bazett isn't here, but there are definitely bloodstains. There are 2 possibilities that I can think of. Either that Magus is a ghost that doesn't know she's already dead. Well, she knows now. Or this isn't her real stronghold. The real coffin must be someplace else. This is just the place where she comes falling down in the very beginning. Okay. Someone's wish. A method to reproduce the Holy Grail War. It's not enough to only gather the components. Just gathering the parts won't make the world move. If normal days were all they wanted, a stagnant world would have been good enough. But if they wanted to reproduce the war, the one at the center of it all would have to keep moving, or the conflict would not reappear. You must discover the meaning of your existence. For that purpose, the one granting the wish disguised himself as someone who can keep the world turning. Or maybe he just borrowed this person's point of view. If he keeps the normal days moving, the fake Holy Grail War will keep moving as well. Though the day and night don't line up, they are definitely linked by that momentum alone. And it's because these 4 days still exist that Bazett Fraga McRemits is able to continue her war. Or conversely, as long as the nighttime war keeps repeating, the observation of these 4 days can perpetuate as well. No, what's fake is only one person. Though he did make one mistake. It was a routine that consisted only of keeping the days turning. Sorry, I'm gonna make my mic higher so I can force better posture. There we go. A simple task of spending the same old worn 4 days without the need to cause any changes whatsoever. On some impulse, he wound up finding it enjoyable. He intervened on purpose. As long as it remains incomplete and full of holes, it will never be destroyed. But because he wants to see new boring, ordinary days, he's filling those holes of his own volition. Well, whatever. Okay, so, yeah, now that we've identified all that, Shiro has this understanding. What is this counterattack gonna be? How do we combat that? Fortunately, there's already a servant much more knowledgeable about this magus than someone like myself. Shattering the God of War's blade is job for the Hound's spear. Okay. Well, will he help? I'll leave the house for now. My spoils for conquering this little hideout will be the accessory that fell on the floor. Maybe that'll help. Is it that accessory, though? As I turn to leave, my eyes stop on the table once again. I see a mixed-up, neglected picture. With just a little more, the puzzle that was never meant to be finished is about to be complete. Meta. Let's go. Let's complete it. It is the earring. Earring obtained. Her remains have been obtained. Go to the harbor and try asking for cooperation once again. So now that we have the earring, maybe he'll help now. I guess he would have to for us to make progress. Which I'm glad. I'm glad we're getting Ku involved because I really want to see how he deals with this. Man, Ku is just the perpetual bro, man. But we'll see. I know this is especially difficult for his character. There he is. At the harbor, there's a familiar face. Lancer can be found anywhere, but in the afternoon. Yep, okay. Ask for cooperation. One conclusion. To defeat the enemy that is yet to be seen, Lancer's cooperation is essential. It's not because the other servants are unwilling to cooperate. If there is even someone who can defeat her at all. It isn't Saber, and certainly not myself. No, she can only fall by none other than the spearman's hand.
Lancer!
Cruel. I call out to him. This too is a new fragment of daily life that I haven't seen until now. I explain the situation to the best of my ability. About the reproducing of the Holy Grail War. About Bazett Fraga McRemits, who continues to fight at night. About the fact that she needs to be defeated for everything to be resolved. And that as her former servant, Lancer is the trump card. What do you say? Lancer remains silent. Telling him the truth won't be enough to change his response. Show him the thing. Just like before, he'll refuse, saying it has nothing to do with him. So, before that... I tossed the earring I found in the mansion over to him. That's not it, you idiot.
どこで見つ
Alright,
けた
relax, Angra.
まだ出会ってなかったんじゃないのか
一つだけ落ちてたんだよ。あんたはあの洋館に行ってないのか？
行く必要がないからな。それに第一。
I don't think he could. He couldn't afford to do so in the middle of the Holy Grail War. Damn, I give up.
まあ預かっておくけどよ。いいのか俺に渡しちまって。
それが最善だからな。ま、正直に言えばあんたにだけは返したくなかったけどね。
There's no point in saying that. Look, the point is... The earring has been returned to its owner. If even a present like this doesn't work, there's not much hope in getting Lancer's help. Just like before, I must think of a way to beat her with me and Saber.
いいぜ。結婚はいつだ
Bro Kulan.
考えて、え？
Eh?
なんだそりゃ。付き合ってやるから時間を教えろって言ってんだよ。
A change of heart? Lancer has agreed to cooperate.
いや、助かるけど、時間は深夜。0時前に教会の広場だけど。
わかった。待機しておく。
God, we're going straight there, eh?
ああ、それと条件が一つな。マスター退治は俺がやってやるから、お前は手を出すな。セイバーも連れてこなくていい。
No Saber. Okay.
あいつの戦法は知っているからな。1分とかからねえよ。
I guess that only leaves... Angra. See ya. Lancer goes back to his fishing spot.
ああ、いや、ちょっと待った。
I guess you enjoy that. For one last day.
なんだよ。まだなんかあるのか
いや、ないけど、いいのか本当に。頼み込んだ身でなんだけど、女殺しと主君殺しはしないんだろ？
な細かいこと忘れろ。てめえの言葉に縛られてるようじゃ人生楽しめねえぞ。
So he says, who is the one who stuck by those details until the bitter end?
ランサー、あんた月初を破ったらペナルティを受けるんだろ？大丈夫なのか？二つも破っちまって。
That was the end of his myth. Through a conspiracy by Maeve, Kukulan had his left arm sealed after eating what he knew to be dog meat.
別に月初ってわけでもないし、なんとかなるだろう。言ってなかったが、クランの猛犬が最後の最後に守ったのは友の名誉だったとか。
His friend's honor.
まったく困ったもんだ。それじゃあ何があっても守らねえと格好がつかねえだろ。
With a cynical smirk, Lancer disappears towards the wharf. The twilight of Kulan's hound. Ooh. As he was surrounded by Queen Maeve's forces, the bard sang to him like so. Give me your spear, or I will spread the story of your shame. In that era, the songs of the minstrels were treated as truth, even if they were pure fiction. Kukulan gave his spears to the minstrels. The spears which had passed into the enemy's hands one by one, snatched all that was dear to him. There were 3 minstrels. The first threatened Kukulan's honor. The second pressed for the spear by threatening to mock all of Ulster otherwise. And the third, Kukulan had lost his charioteer and his favorite horse. Still, the third minstrel sang again for the last spear. Rider Ku? There are no more spears to give. For the price of my own honor, for the ransom over the honor of all Ulster, I have paid in full. So said Kukulan, raising his voice. To that, I see, so let me sing to shame your family and all who are dear to you. The minstrel laughed and sang in reply. Hearing this, Kukulan laughed at the top of his voice. I have no choice then, and tossed the last spear. By the enemy's hand, the spear finally pierced the belly of the hound. Huh. I'm not sure why Lancer is willing to help, but everything is now fully prepared. Under the dim moonlight, tonight at the church, a conclusion will be reached. Yes, it will. Dude, I can't wait. Let's fucking go! Church at night. Finale draws closer. Now that agreement with the spearmen has been reached, on to the battlefield. I'm so ready, dude. I'm so fucking ready. We've had some great times here. It's time to end this. Go out for a walk. Alone. We finally met on the hill road leading towards the church. Lancer kept his promise.
Yo, なんだ、時間よりちょい早いじゃねえか。
Just a wee bit early. His jokes might be casual, but his armor isn't. It was half a year ago that I last saw him in full battle array. Ah, that's right. It's already been half a year since the war ended.
それでどう戦うんだ？相手の戦法は知ってるって言ってたけど、対策は立ってるのか？
Stopping the as of yet unseen master's trump card, Fragarak, is the key to this battle.
いや、フラガラックは封じられねえ。ありゃよくできた迎撃砲具だ。まあ正直に戦えばまず負ける。
So?
こと切り札の出し合いなら、フラガラックは最強の一つと言っていい。
Stupid OP. So Lancer says, unless you're Berserker. So Lancer says, there's no way to defeat Fragarak. That thing is a missile that reacts to the enemy's trump card and is released when a clash occurs. Thus, to defeat Bazett, one must not use one's own noble phantasm. If you restrain your own trump card, Fragarak's power will be effectively halved. I see. Got it. Oh, that makes sense.
それだけ？
それだけ。こっちが宝具さえ使わなけりゃ、フラガラックは波の宝具だ。まあ、向こうは好きに切り札を使えるんで、宝具なしじゃちときついんだが。
Yeah, I guess the surprise factor really factors into Fragarak's effectiveness as well. Like, oh shit, what is that? Oh, it counters the noble phantasm. I guess if you don't use it, then yeah. So it's good we have Lancer. The look in Lancer's eyes tell me that there's no way he would lose with this strategy. Come to think of it, amateur magic and regular ranged attacks, like arrows and knife throwing, won't even scratch him. His combat skill is also superior to Bazett's. Should he fight consistently, victory should not be a problem. But that's just Bazett. What is Angra gonna do? However,
あの女とは宝具で蹴りをつける。すぐに済むから、お前は離れて様子を見てろ。
Fragarak is undefeatable. Despite this fact, Lancer still rose to the sword's challenge. We climb up to the hill, towards the makeshift arena. The moonlight is dim and my eyes cloud a little when I look up. The moon is dark tonight, or perhaps the stars are close. In the void of the night where one can touch the darkness with a stretch of hand, there are two figures awaiting our arrival. No longer knowing how many times this had occurred before, the Lady Magus, followed by the Dark Shadow, Avenger, fixes her stare onto the enemy, as always. Surprise! As if seeing a ghost, her sight becomes transfixed onto Lancer's figure. Lancer pays no attention to the Magus. With his index finger, he estimates the distance to his foe. 1, 2, 3, 4. The distance is about 10 meters. He steps into throwing range and points the tip of his spear to the ground. Wait, I heard Ansus. Runes? Was that some sort of spell? A square with a rune at each corner appears, but it doesn't feel like magic at work. Not moving a step away from his position, Lancer swings his spear once in the direction of his opponent. Wait, is he doing that? Is he doing that thing he did in Heaven's Feel? When he was fighting a true assassin and the Shadow? To protect himself from the tendrils, he like put that square around himself with the runes? Your move. No names are exchanged. The battle's aura speaks for itself.
Avenger. あれはなんだ?
Bazett asks the Shadow.
何ってサーバントだよ。一目瞭然じゃないか。
そんなはずはない。あんなサーバントは今までいなかった。あれは何のサーバントだ、アベンジャー。セイバーでもない。アーチャーでもない。ライダーでもキャスターでもアサシンでもない。 あれは
それこそ一目瞭然だ。なあマサ、あの獲物を見てまだ何もわからないのか？
Oh, did it just hit her? The shadow cackles. But now, the Lady Magus has lost all her fighting spirit. Gazing at the enemy in front of her, she is about to burst into tears, not even sure why herself. Then Lancer's cold words pierce her heart.
おい、今からあんたを殺すわけだが。
She lifts her fist as if she is afraid. Her resolve is completely gone.
待ってください。私はあなたと戦う理由はない。あなただって私と戦う理由は
あるだろう。あんたは聖杯戦争に勝つために来た。サーバントを全て倒すまで戦いは終わらない。
This is just sad.
あんたは今俺と殺し合うためにここにいる。
The shadow laughs, a smile that says, "That's right."
違う。私はあなたとは戦わない。そうだ、あなたとは戦わない。あなたとは戦わない。あなたとは戦わない。だってあなた私のこと。
He does.
知らねえよ。あんたみたいな負け犬に覚えはない。
Wow, he steeled himself, dude. Man, he is fully, and he's doing it in a way like for her still. This is, oh my god. A simple sentence. Her knees nearly give out like a puppet with its strings cut.
では
Ooh,
あなたは私の敵か。
here we go. Not the support of strings, but her own will keeps her standing.
そうだ。この後ゴウラ、ルーン使いなら意味がわかろうよ。
その陣を敷いた戦士に敗走は許されず、その陣を見た戦士に退却は許されない。
Ah,
我ら赤枝の騎士に伝わる一騎打ちの
of
大
the
金
red
塊。
branch. That is the real reason behind the magic that Lancer cast. Yeah, that's what it means. Damn, dude. She already knows, of course. The Lady Magus resumes her battle pose. Spearman grips the cursed lance tightly with both hands. The air freezes. Lancer's noble phantasm is eagerly waiting for its master's call. There it is, and on the other side, 10 meters away from him, a lead-colored spear is floating behind the Lady Magus's figure. I love the movement of this. That's so good. This is a mystery of Bazett Fraga McRemitz, the sword Fragarak from the Age of Gods. Lancer is well aware of its abilities, and had also concluded that its limitless countering power cannot be defeated. Yet having made that judgment, his grip does not weaken.
その心臓。
The spearman's arms ripple with strength. He's going straight for that heart. In more ways than one, it is not a throw. Lancer's own body becomes one with this spear.
アンサラ
Ooh boy. The spear starts expanding. That sword of the gods, protected by a mysterious force and a certain concept, locks onto the spearman's heart.
もらい受ける。
Both for the heart. Let's go. The leap and revelation of the true name all in the same instant. The first to take to the air was the cursed red spear, Gay Bolg.
甘く見たなサーバント。
Fragarak, the sword that alters light, rises to intercept it. The oath of Ath Ngabla leaves no room for hesitation. Excuse my pronunciation. Fork. Both are aiming to destroy the enemy with their greatest strike. But that's the thing, Fragarak, like, inherently strikes before what it responds to, right? But how does that function with Gay Bolg? And it's just the added flavor of, like, Ku's relationship to knowing, like, what Fragarak does, because that's his father's weapon, right? So it's like, holy shit. The points cross. An attack that means death to both of them. The spearman does not have a shield to deflect the sword, and the magus cannot dodge the lance. However, if they are to strike each other simultaneously, the Lady Magus will come out unharmed. Just by a little. Should the Magus's sword hit its target just a little sooner, the battle will be decided that very instant. Fragorak, the sword that alters light. Such a cool design. What the sword gouges out isn't the enemy's heart. It severs the fate of mutual destruction. It is the cursed sword of certain victory. Because of this, it is impossible for Fragorak to attack first. Oh, the enemy has to use its trump card before that. That is the prerequisite for releasing Fragorak. The enemy will always move first. Accordingly, even if Fragorak defeats the enemy in one blow, the Lady Magus will be simultaneously destroyed by the opponent's double Phantasm. What sounds like a certain kill is a mutual attack made with the premise of one's own death. However, Bazett's sword reverses all of that. It is released immediately after the activation of the enemy's noble Phantasm, yet no matter how fast the opposing weapon is, it will always reach its target first, taking the enemy's life, that's right. A noble Phantasm that delivers the final blow in a needle-thin concentrated blast, that alone deserves praise. But its truly dreaded power lies in its special ability. That which comes later cuts first. It's exactly what it does. Like that second name implies, Fragorak warps the idea of cause and effect, rewriting its own attack as the event that occurred first. And then that's what so how does that work with Gay Bogue? And the results? No matter how great a noble Phantasm may be, the dead cannot use it. The one who is killed first cannot counterattack. Fragorak is a mystic code that exaggerates this fact. It is a conceptual curse that distorts fate. That weapon is a cursed sword of reversal that can nullify any attack. With time as its blade, the trick of the gods has no equal. And therefore, Lancer, who released his spear first, will not be exempted from this curse. But the sword of the war god is approaching. Once Fragorak is let loose, it cannot be stopped. The moment he used Gay Bogue against Fragorak, he had already lost. The spearman is well aware of this. To survive an attack made by the sword of the war god, one needs to possess an auto-resurrecting noble Phantasm or more than one life, Berserker. In other words, something that is resurrected after being killed would be Fragorak's natural enemy. Of course, Lancer does not have anything of the sort. The spearman knew the conclusion of the battle he entered before it even started. Battle continuation not gonna help here. But at that time, for only a split second, he thought he saw the man in front of him waver.
言いたかないんだけどさ、割と切羽詰まってんだわこっち。時間制限があるとは思っていなかった。
He had no way of understanding what it meant. Only,
頼むよ。このままだとつまらない結果になる。
so Angra came to him and
彼女がそういう風になるのは嫌なんだ。
So I guess that factored in the decision as well. That man's complaint was one he had experienced as well. It's an old story. Perhaps I wanted to be killed by your hands. In a serene voice, as in a prayer, the witch from the realm of shadows smiled. Oddly enough, that's when he received his demonic spear. The witch was no longer human. She had excelled too much as a warrior, been too knowledgeable in sorcery, and slain too many men, gods, and spirits. The woman who had been the only teacher that the Hound of Kulan ever looked up to had been saddled with a fate where even her own death was out of her reach. The witch's realm will one day be sundered from the mortal world, reduced to a land of the dead. The reward for a human that became too close to godhood was ascension to a plane that is neither of this world nor the next. What a predicament. I suppose I should have died before I became this way. In the gloomy castle's garden, the witch laughed. It was the same hearty laugh that he was so fond of. The beloved disciple, still but a youth, had finally arrived at the castle by the shortest route. Even so. If only you were born a little earlier. Young, still so young. The witch chuckled. The beloved disciple accepted it as a mature warrior. He had intended to live fast, but as a man, he had left the woman he loved until it was too late, and regretted it. A transition. The war god's sword pierces the spearman's chest. sharp pain, a feeling he had almost forgotten, briefly fills him with energy. Strength flows into the crumbling fist again. The spear is left behind but one regret. The demonic spear only ever took away the lives of his loved ones. Oh my god. His one and only close friend, his son that grew up in a distant foreign land. But before that, it was meant to kill a single woman. Thinking back, he spent his whole life getting sidetracked. One person is not a substitute for another, but if doing so will save someone, then he might as well accomplish now what he regretted not being able to in his youth. Yeah, that's definitely the sense I got. His lips curl into a resolute grin. Spearman grimaces as his heart is torn apart, and... oh my god. Oh my god, that line has even more meaning now. Holy fuck. He said it again. Though late in doing so, he complains about his fate. Goddamn, Lancer. And so the Lady Magus is confident in her victory. The sword of the war god has hit its target before the enemy's lance. At that moment, the enemy's attack became an impossible event that will disappear back in time. This is the world's fundamental law, a natural result protected by the absolute order that is time. But yet there is another law for her to learn. A concept may be defeated by another concept, especially one so fucking similar. The Spearman is no exception to the curse of time either. Bro. Mutual destruction. It ruptures. Like a flash of lightning, the sharp tip pierces through her ribcage. The moment it shoots through the heart, the spear becomes 1,000 sharp thorns, destroying the female magus's body from within. Her body breaks open. Pain and surprise force out her sealed memories. Fragrak may be the curse that alters the order of events, but this spear is a weapon that truly reverses the cause and effect itself. The moment its true name is revealed, Gay Bolg has already pierced the enemy's heart, yo. Thus, even going back in time to kill its master is useless. For a spear that already held the piercing of the adversary's heart as the result, even the death of its master will not prevent this duty from being fulfilled. Yeah, that's how it was. Her dying brain could not recognize the enemy in front of her eyes yet. This was the clash between two opposing rules. This man is the only opponent in this world that would revert it to the natural order. The only one. Oh man. She notices the spearman before her. A little far. Even if she reaches out as far as she can, she would just barely fail to reach him. The earring. The spear is pulled out. With a clank, something hard drops to the ground. Unable to keep upright, the Magus's body collapses. She falls over into a pool of her own blood. With her pupils already fading, she finds the earring carved from ore, rolling on the ground. She remembers it. She remembers it, so she manages to reach out and grasp it tightly. This action uses up half of her remaining life, but the feeling of the stone in her palm makes her happy enough for it to be worth it. Oh man. Oh my god. She remembers. Lying on the ground, she tries to reach into her pocket, but her arms can no longer move. She cannot take out the amulet she has stowed away. She doesn't understand what she's trying to say herself, But the fact that she can't show what's inside her pocket fills her with so much sorrow. She becomes that much further away from understanding. The spearman is leaving. Eyes full of sorrow, the magus happily repeats again and again.
待って、私持ってるの、持ってるの、持ってるの、持ってる。
Goodbye. 10 seconds later, even that has stopped. All told, it took 1 minute. Lancer's prediction was painfully accurate. Oh my god.
割り合わねえ。
Holy shit, man. I was wondering, because it hit him. Oh, that is gruesome. That wasn't worth it, he says. Yeah. Stepping away from Bazett's corpse, Lancer lets out a heavy sigh. He is using a spear like a walking stick to support his blood-stained body. In any case, the outcome is clear. The only one left is Bazett's servant, Avenger. That's right. R.I.P. Bazett. Such a cool character. Just, man. Because not only was, like, originally her fate so cruel, but even, like, this instance of her, like, fighting once again, just that wish she had as she was dying, that Avenger, like, intercepted and made, like, happen as well. That is only just to face the cruel reality of, like, what it actually is and what this is and how she can, like, never, like, truly succeed or escape this or reclaim, like, the life. Like, this is just it. So it's, like, sad in a way, like, you know, Ku fulfilling his role as, like, her original servants, just like this mercy kill essentially that he has to do. So fucked up, man. She was such a cool character. So cool. Without his master, he shouldn't put up too much of a fight.
お見事。
That might be famous last words. Not too much of a fight. Well, we're about to see, I guess. Come on.
で、俺とやる気力は残ってるか、ランサー。
残ってると言いたいが、こっちの問題で無理そうだな。
Yeah, this is all battle continuation right here, and I don't know how long that's gonna last. Lancer's body is fading away. The battle between Fragarak and Gay Bolg was one of mutual destruction. Each received a blow, so there's no reason why Lancer would be the only survivor.
悪いな。あとは好きにやってくれ。だいたい俺の仕事はここまでだろ、小僧。
You're real as fuck, Ku. And it's, yeah, because it's cruel for Lancer as well. Like, the way they framed the history, that transition was so great. About how he's always had to use his spear on people that he loves. And that he was meant to use it on a woman. To use it on Bazett now. Like, to fulfill that duty. Like, in itself, just its own cruel twist of fate coupled with his history. Jesus, man. The Skahak. Obviously, that was Skahak before. The one who couldn't die. Always getting sidetracked, but you're a real bro. This must be a true man's spirit. Damn right. Muttering something about losing face, he soon disappears. And then there were two. Is this about to happen? Is this fight about to happen? I had a feeling it would end with these two, but I didn't think it would go like this. But what now? Good question. What now? Bazett, thought to be the one reproducing the Holy Grail War, is now defeated. There's no dramatic change yet, but we should be freed from the binds of these 4 days at dawn. Right, but it's also like, he's a part of that too.
まさか。 バゼットを殺したところで聖杯戦争は終わらない。
That's right.
何しろ
That's right.
俺がいる限り何度でも蘇るからな。
She just comes back unless he's defeated too. Fuck, dude. Oh my god. That's even crueler. We gotta. Oh my god. The shadow laughs. It doesn't even end there for Bazett. We have to do this now. His master is dead, yet Avenger seems to be unaffected.
お前は
まあ待て、そう張り切るな。せっかくバゼットを殺したんだ。とっておきのショータイムが待ってるぜ。
Is that right? Shiro, you better remember your magic, bro. Oh my god, what is he doing? Yo! The moon is dyed black. All of a sudden, those beasts have gathered around the church. Failed, failed, failed.
ってなんだこいつら全然やる気がない。
I think they're making an arena. The beasts aren't moving an inch. Their glittering eyes are transfixed not on me, but on the servant. Delighted by the failure of another, distorted by the perverted glee. Yes, yes, again, failed again.
マスターを失ったからな。
Whoa,
俺も奴らの仲間入りかよ。
whoa, what is going on? That sound, holy shit. Spoken like a condemned criminal, terrified of the ultimate punishment. Ah, I don't want this, he says. What the fuck? The servant genuinely begs me to help, then, with a tearing sound, he transforms into a hideous monster. Yes, yes, yes.
お前は一体
He's the same. The servant Avenger's entire body is melting, morphing into the shape of one of those beasts.
こうして俺は失敗する。よく見ておけ、エミヤシロ。これが正体だ。俺は無限に失敗する。俺は無限に死に続ける。この俺がいる限り、聖杯戦争が終わることはない。
His body is shivering. The thing that used to be Avenger, despite being terrified by the surrounding beasts and bleeding profusely all over its body, holds on to its sanity and continues to cry out. What is...
いいか。天の杯に至れ。虚無を埋めろ。やめろ。聖杯を満たせ。
Bro, this is fucking terrifying.
やめろ。可能性を皆殺しにしろ。やめろやめろやめろ。見えない見えない。もう何も見えない。そうだ。本物の俺を殺しに来い。やめて。来ないでよ。殺しに来たら殺してやる。
The black shadow is being devoured by the beasts. The ceremony did not take much time. The beasts are disappearing one by one, and then finally in its place. Bro. That was like perfect. That was fucking terrifying. The tension built, and then all at once, just this. That's so good and so terrifying. Lacking all signs of intelligence, a new hideous creature is crouching in front of me. Our eyes meet. The creature tilts its head curiously, and then hops into the bushes like a frog. We need to go see Ilya. We need to go. We need to go, Shiro. We need to go. Fuck. Dude, the voice... Agda's voice acting there was so terrifying, dude. Like, the sound design was already, like, there. But the... Oh, my God. We have to go. We have to go see Ilya. Like now, I'm the only one left in the square. Bazett's body has disappeared without a trace as well. Returned to the first day, probably.
天の杯
Come on, Shiro, you know. The words are familiar. Heaven's Cup. In the Holy Grail War 6 months ago, there was a little girl that went by that name. That should be the last piece of this puzzle. This is that time before, when we went to go see Ilya, and Shiro was like, why am I here? There's a reason I should be here. We were there so early, because that didn't come up until now. Like, we never, like, had to go see Ilya for an important event. Since, like, before that. Or since then. On that day, awaiting its end with the break of dawn, in the winter castle where the little girl waits, the last path will be revealed. Learn the truth behind the ruins. At the winter castle, the Holy Grail awaits. Learn the truth. Oh my god. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like once I hit start here, I can't stop. And I don't want, because I don't want to stop in the middle. When I hit start here, I cannot stop until it's over. So I may have to stop now and just separate these in 2 parts. I know it's shorter. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna play this. I need to play this like latest tomorrow. Like I cannot like. Oh my god. Okay, so alright, I'm gonna leave it there for now. As much as, because once I hit start I can't stop. So I'm gonna leave it here for now. Tomorrow I'm gonna play again. And it'll be a mega juicy part that'll be ready for the next Hollow Ataraxia part right after this. Be ready for that. I am already so ready for that. This part alone was so like RIP Bazett. Holy fuck. But not even really, because even in an even crueler twist of fate, as if it couldn't get even worse for her, she was sent back to the first day. Now after all this shit just happened. Because it can't end until Avenger ends. Because he's what's keeping her coming back. So is he going to see Ilya too? Where did he go? Or is he going... Or is he going where... Is he under the temple? Did he go to the underground? He said, go to the Heaven's Cup, fill the empty spaces. Find the original me, or fight the original me, fight the real me. I guess the real, like, him that is within the Grail. Or maybe we just go fucking find him in that underground cavern after we go see Ilya. How is that talk gonna go? I don't... Jesus, man. But, yeah. Dude, I love the lore there with Lancer tying into what he had to do for Bazett. You know, him fulfilling that role, what he couldn't do for Skahak. Doing it for Bazett. You know, knowing the history behind them. How Bazett fucking loved Ku so fucking much. To be killed by him in... Like, Ku being fine with that mutual destruction just to fulfill that role. Bazett, such a cool fucking character. Probably, like... If we see her again, it's not gonna be till the very end, probably. Because this is, like... Unless they, like, take us back to her and they just drive even more home the fucking... fucked upness of that. But, yeah. Goddamn, dude. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. That was nuts. But yeah, next time, mega part, because I cannot split what's coming next in the middle. I just can't. So It'll be probably a super long part. I'll go as long as it takes, whether that's 3 hours, 4 hours, more. We'll do it, man. We'll take it back to the old school Fate Stay Night playthroughs where I would actually play for that long. And that'll be that. So, okay. So thank you very much for watching this part. I will be back to this very soon. If not tonight, tomorrow, because I gotta like stay in this zone. I don't want to like wait too long. We'll finish this, however long it takes. Might be fucking myself there, but I'll do my best. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.